We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. Ba, ba, ba. I wanted to sing at the beginning because if I missed the high note, then I didn't have to redo the whole video. What do you think? Looks like we're going to go second round in the NFL draft. Is something right? Today's the day, baby. Today is the day. These are the battles for May 24th. My birthday. At the end of the last episode, we saw we were 9 points away from getting in to the top 500. The leaderboard, the Mecca. Assuming it's going to go up another 15 points from number 500, give us about 24 points to get. About 8 points a win, that's 8, 16, 24, 32, minus 8 from the loss. If we go 4-1, that's 24. 4-1 may just get us in. Let's jump right into the battles. Let's see how we did. I woke up 6 o'clock. I couldn't sleep. On my birthday, I was raring to go to try to do this before they updated the leaderboard so that I could have a nice birthday surprise waiting for me at 3 o'clock. So, here we go. Game number 1. Anson Chan 404 versus the boy. We see a Registeel lead. Happy birthday to me. So, they decide to stay in. They must know it's my birthday or something because they're, or they just have something weak to Stunfisk in the back. So, right before we get off our second Mud Bomb, we're going to see probably a Focus Blast. We let that come through. These shields are important. We're going to farm up a little bit more and go for another Mud Bomb. A third Mud Bomb will take it out. They let the second one go through. We're going to farm up maybe one extra time after the Mud Bomb and then just go for this knockout here. We are going to get a shield out of them. So, right here, we don't take the chance. It was a Focus Blast. If it was a... It looks like they had enough time for the... to build up the Focus Blast. Didn't seem like they were panicking with the Flash Cannon. So, they go into Haunter. We switch... we get their last shield out of them with the Mud Bomb. That would pretty much one-shot them. We go into Altaria, and we're going to waste our second shield here, and we actually just farm them all the way down, which is amazing for us. And then we see an Azumarill. Now, the Haunter game is weird because it's a lot of mind tricks with, is it going to be a Shadow Punch, is it going to be a Shadow Ball? We go for the shield right there, and luckily they don't hit us with anything else before we farm them down, and now we're in a great position to take down their Azumarill. We still have an Azumarill of our own in the back. We're going to go into that. They're going to switch into Registeel, even if they can get off a Flash Cannon here, which they couldn't. We still would have been in a fine spot, and I think they realized that they were in a pretty bad spot. So 1-0, 3 wins potentially away from the birthday leaderboard. We see another Registeel lead. This is it right here. And they're staying in as well. No switch out, so we're going to get a Mud Bomb off. We get to that Mud Bomb faster than they get to that Focus Blast. So good damage there. They're about to hit us. We're going to let the first one always go through. We take that Focus Blast. We farm up a little bit more, and now we go for the Mud Bomb. And that's going to do great damage, and now we're going to go for a third one. They get to theirs first, and this time, we do block again. Not taking a chance. No chances here. Stunfisk is more important than the shield in this matchup, and this player lets it go through. So now we go, or we see rather, in Altaria. We're going to go into Discharge and do some good neutral damage here. About 25% on a Dragon Breath is great, and it's going to farm us down. So now we're in an interesting spot. Immediately, we go, we see their switch when we go into Azumarill right into Zapdos. Now we have to keep in mind they have an Altaria in the back with a whole bunch of energy on it. So we get hit with a Thunderbolt. It's going to do a ton of damage. And now I have an interesting choice to make here. I'm going to take this Drill Peck, and I think if we could farm down, look how much damage we're doing just from that, just from bubbles, just bubbling it down. So they don't go for the Thunderbolt. Looks like they don't have enough energy farmed up. But we don't want to take any chances. We will take some good damage from the Sky Attack, but if we can get off a second Ice Beam. Actually, they have both their shields. Wow, okay, so we need 3 Ice Beams, but you know who's the man to do it? You know who's the man to do it? You're looking at him. Azumarill, baby. So here's the second one. They block both. They save both their shields nicely. Can we get to this Ice Beam before they farm us down with Dragon Breath? Azumarill coming through with the birthday wishes. 2-0. That's my boy right there. 2-0. We need 2 out of 3. We see an Altaria lead. We know how to deal with Altaria leads. We're going to get one discharge off. We're going to farm up a little bit more. It takes about 8 quick moves from Stunfisk to get a Sky Attack. Takes about 10 for them to get to their next move. So right now, we just got to our 8th. We know it's not a Dragon Pulse or a Dazzling Gleam, anything crazy. It's a not very effective Sky Attack. We do resist that well. So now, we're going to hit them with a Discharge and be ready almost for another Discharge too. So they're going to take this one. Now this one, how do we want to play? It's probably a Sky Attack again, and we can take it. So now it's either they're going to waste their shield right here, or we're going to win lead. Either one's okay with us. They let it go through, so we win lead, which is crucial for us, because we don't have to get switch locked with Altaria into Azumarill. That would be a losing game. So we go into our own Azumarill, and we're going to play the Azumarill game right now. Unfortunately for us, there's this Play Rough, which charges up as quickly as Ice Beam, and does way more damage. So we have to go for Hydro Pumps. They're going to be hitting us with Play Roughs. Both of us still having both of our shields. Interesting game this is turning out to be. It's really going to come down to what their Pokemon in the back is. But it's good that we're getting rid of this Azumarill now, because Altaria could probably do a good job against whatever they have in the back. Hopefully, we'll see what it is. So we need both these shields. We need to not get hit by Ice Beam by this Azumarill. And Dragon Breath is actually doing a little bit of damage right here. So we're going to use the first one and then farm it down unless they switch out, which they do. They go into Sableye. Okay, now having 2 shields versus our 1 shield, we know if we can get through the Sableye that Azumarill is very weak in the back and we could farm it down with Dragon Breath. It doesn't have enough energy. So we're going to have to use our first shield here. We don't want to take any Power Gem damage. Foul Play would still do a lot too. So they're going to use their second shield right here. And now it's just going to come down to a race. They're going to get their Foul Play or Power Gem off. If it doesn't knock us out, and it doesn't, we can take a Foul Play. We can get to the Sky Attack first. And we take out the Sableye. We see the Azumarill come in and we get the farm down. 3-0. We need 1 out of 2. Can we do it? It's like 6:45 in the morning now. We see a Toxicroak. This is great for us. And I'm going to say right here, my grandma called me at 6:45 in the morning. Nana, I love you. I have the best 2 grandmas in the entire world. Calling me that early to wish me a happy birthday. I know she would understand. Her grandson's trying to be the best in the world. Pokemon Go Battle League. I say I'll call her right back. I'm panicking. I go back into the game. Luckily, they use the shield. Then they switch into Azumarill. We hit them with a Discharge. Then we farm up a little bit more. And right before they go for the Ice Beam, we switch into our Azumarill, where we leave off right here. So I did call her back. She answered, and she sang me happy birthday, and it was amazing. Really good birthday. And so here we go. We see Hydro Pump doesn't quite do it, and we see them change out right there. They don't let us farm down their Azumarill, so they have 1 quick move away on that Azumarill in the back. So we go for a Hydro Pump here, and we take their second shield. They use the first one on the Toxicroak, the second one on the Skarmory, and now they're using all their energy to knock out this Azumarill, and we still have our Stunfisk and 2 shields. So we're getting hit with Air Slashes that they're switch locked into. We're going to do a ton of damage here, and we're just going to go right into Altaria right now, and we're going to block this first one, and we know they have a pretty weak, or a Toxicroak at a bad disadvantage in the back, and a very weak Azumarill as well. So we block the Sludge Bomb, and then we go right for the super effective Sky Attack. This is going to one-shot, I believe. It does. And now look at the position we're in. We need a win. We got it, baby. We got it. Is that guaranteed to get us in? No, no guarantees yet. 5-0 will almost certainly get us in. Still no guarantees. I don't like to get ahead of myself or count my chickens before they hatch or anything like that. I always try to wait until it's official and then and then we'll see what happens from there. So we see a Vigoroth lead, and they instantly use their first shield on the discharge. So we take a Body Slam. Vigoroth is definitely a very, very solid Pokemon, and they're going to take a ton of damage from that one, so I switch into Azumarill because he's a little bulkier than Stunfisk. He could take moves better, but we are switch-locking ourselves. So we get switch-locked into a Meganium here, which is bad for us, but if they let this Ice Beam go through, because they only have one shield, that'd be very good for us, because Altaria could do good things against this Meganium. So we still have both shields, and we're actually going to let this one go, because we know we're not going to win the race to Ice Beam before they get to another Frenzy Plant, it looks like. So now, Altaria, they're switch locked. We could eat these Frenzy Plants all day. We still got 2 shields. We're up a shield. We're going to farm this thing down. They can't get to another Frenzy Plant even if they could. We see there Altaria. So now this is interesting. We're going to go for Sky Attack first, try to maybe bait that shield. And we get it out of them. So now Dragon Pulse will certainly knock them out, but we're going to go for Sky Attack just because their Dragon Breath is doing a ton of damage to us. So we almost entirely farm it down. So now we have 2 shields versus a very weak Altaria and that Vigoroth. So they go into the Vigoroth, and if we can get a discharge off and maybe 1 or 2 quick moves, we might be able to win it. So we need the 1 quick move to get to the discharge. We know we got that Altaria. If he switches back into it, we're going to get it. And that discharge takes it out. He goes into Altaria, and we quick move it down. 5-0. Happy birthday to me. It is at this point still no guarantees. No guarantees that we needed 24 points. I'm pretty sure 5-0 will get us 24 points. But even if it does, we're about to cut to the live footage of me checking the leaderboard at about 3:15 on May 24th, 2020. Here is my reaction to that. Also, we got 43 points. 43 points. We needed 24. Looks like it's enough. Alright, here we go. It is May 24th, my birthday. I have 2,491 points, and we're going to update the top 500 leaderboard. Last updated today, 307. 2472 is 457. 2479, 2486. Number 321 in the world, the leaderboard. We did it. Let's go. Look at that. There it is. We did it, guys. We did it. On my birthday, nonetheless. We actually did it. We wanted to get into the top 500. We set a goal for ourselves. There were a lot of nights, me honestly staying up, thinking about matchups, really putting myself in weird headspaces, putting a little bit of stress on myself, thinking, were we going to be able to do it? Sometimes there's really nothing you could do. You get bad matchups. But I said, no matter what happens, even if we don't get it on my birthday, I will still work hard and try to do everything that I can to get into this top 500. And we did. And I don't really know what to say. I'm really proud and happy that I was able to do that. And it's a very good feeling. I really fell in love with Pokemon Go over the past year I've been playing, since last June, I think. I played a tiny bit before that, but I've played VGC Pokemon, and I've got on some Showdown leaderboards and stuff, but to fall in love with Pokemon Go and to say, oh wow, they implemented a battle system in it, I really want to see if I could try my hand at that, and to be able to get to this point in it, it's really an accomplishing, amazing feeling. And to get all the positive feedback and everything from you guys too, to be watching me on this journey, it really means a lot. I know it's been about 5 episodes. It's been a very short series, but we're not done. We're not done, because now, and this one might be a little bit harder. It's always the first goal that seems to be the hardest, breaking through that first top, that first whatever leaderboard, whatever it is, breaking into that. When I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, it was the first major event top. That was always the hardest. But once you get it, then you feel invincible. You know that you can do it if you put your mind to it. So now I'm thinking maybe top 100, maybe top 10 over the battle. Since then, I'm recording this on June 2nd. So it's been a lot of ups and downs. Definitely going to be very hard to get into the top 100 or the top 10 or even number 1 for that matter. But I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Thank you so much for all the good positive support. If you're not subscribed, please, on Instagram, RyoPopGolden, updates, Pokemon collection stuff. Thank you so much for being with me this entire time. And after that leaderboard updated, towards the end of the night, I needed some more battles. I was raring to go, so we're going to jump into them right now. We got 2 more sets of 5 coming at you. Game number 1. We see a Stunfisk mirror. So we let them get their Mud Bomb off first. I don't like to immediately go for Mud Bomb in case they want to switch or anything. So we farm up and then we go for our Mud Bomb. And now it's the second one that's going to be the interesting one to see who goes first should they decide to go for it as well. So we go, don't know if they went for it or not. And they're going to let that one go through and instantly hit us with theirs. Now it's going to come down to this third one, the tie. Hopefully ours goes first so we could win lead or get a shield out of them. And we don't, so we're going to burn a shield right here knowing that their Thundershock is not going to be able to farm us down. If they decide to shield this, which they do, now there's a chance that ours is going to go first. And this time it does. So now do they want to burn their second shield or do they want to lose lead? I would think that they're just going to let it get knocked down. We see a Meganium. Now this is great for us because we get a quick Mud Bomb off. That's not the great part. The great part is that we're not going to get switch locked into this thing. We're going to be able to go Altaria, and if they change, we could switch quickly into Azumarill, which they do into Registeel. So I'm going to farm up a little bit here and then switch into Azumarill. And this is still not the most amazing position for us just because Registeel is so good. But considering they're a shield down, we can do a little bit with this Azumarill. And then hopefully Altaria can clean up the Azumarill, and then once we see the Meganium with Altaria, we're in the clear. So I go for a Hydro Pump here. This would be wise to block it, which they do. Now, if we can get to another Hydro Pump, that'd be incredible. But we do shield. Okay, so we shield it, and now they go into Meganium, and they have an attack ready to go. So it would have been great if we maybe let that go down, and then go Altaria and keep the shield for their Flash Cannon. So right now, what we need to do in this scenario, because they played it well and switched out and had a quick Frenzy plan before we could use Ice Beam, we're just going to farm this thing down completely. Absolutely completely. We know one Flash Cannon will probably knock us out at this point, so we got the farm down. We know they're out of energy, but we do have just about 2 Sky Attacks ready to go, and Dragon Breath does some good damage. So the first one does very little. This one is also going to do very little, but looks like we might be able to farm down, and we do before they can get to a Flash Cannon. So played very well on their end, but we tried to put ourselves in a winning position after that, and we came off with the win. So now we see great Skarmory lead for us, and now we switch right as they're going to Body Slam into Azumarill. This is the play I normally like to make, not having a safe switch. Bubbles do a lot of damage, but Vigoroth is definitely a problem Pokemon where we are probably going to lose lead, or lose switch advantage rather, in this scenario, even though we had a very good position off the rip. This is why safe switches are so very important. So we want to keep our lead right here. I should have used a shield right here, but we don't. And now they're actually going to use another Body Slam to get that little bit of energy away. So now we're not in the best spot because of this. And if we used a shield, we had to use another shield because he had another Body Slam ready to go. So now we see a Whiscash. We have a ton of energy farmed up because we farmed down that Vigoroth. So we try to catch the Mud Bomb. We try to catch the Mud Bomb and go into Altaria. And we take a Blizzard. And that's the game right there. That's all she wrote. Because they played it very well. Instead of playing the mind game, Mud Bomb, Blizzard, get me to use my shields, they said straight Blizzard. I said that's definitely a bait, Mud Bomb. And I got punished. I was wrong. So this one's not looking good at all. We are still gonna try to win. Hopefully that Scarm can come out, we could discharge, but I think this one's all set to go, even though they have no shields and we have one. This one's not looking very good. They're gonna go into that Scarm, and we might be able to hit him with a second discharge and then get the Mud Bomb off, but they're actually gonna be able to get to a Sky Attack before we can get to that discharge, and we almost get a discharge, but then the Whiscash would have came out and quick moved us down before we could get to a Mud Bomb. So, well played by my opponent. That's actually our first loss of the day. We were 6 in a row before that. So we see a quick lead into Defense Form Deoxys right here. And I still like Whiscash in this position more than Altaria because Rock Slide's super effective, and more than Azumarill because Thunderbolt's super effective. And we don't know if it has both of those or Psycho Boost variant Defense Form Deoxys. So right here, we do see the Psycho Boost. We switch into Azumarill. And that is going to do very little, and it's locked in. So we can just farm, and now, as they're no longer switch locked, they're going to go into their Scarm. I just go for an Ice Beam here and try to bait a shield out of them. Hydro Pump would do way more, but we'll save a little energy, maybe get a shield out of them with the Ice Beam. We take a Sky Attack. We value our shields right now. We don't know what their last Pokemon is, so we're going to try to farm down. They go for that Sky Attack. We let this one go through. Our energy will go to waste, but we go into Altaria and finish it off. We know that Defense Form Deoxys is pretty weak, but we want to try to get as much farmed up energy as we can. So we take the super effective Rock Slide, thinking maybe they have a Registeel or something in the back, but it's a Whiscash. So pretty good Pokemon for us to see in the back. First Sky Attack, obviously they're going to block that, and now we're playing an interesting mind game against this thing. He's not going for Mud Bomb, obviously he's going to charge up until he has a Blizzard. Is he going to use the Blizzard? Or she? I switch into Stunfisk, I don't want to find out. Whatever it is, we shield it, they would both be super effective, so now we're getting him to expend, or her, all of their energy. And we're going to be able to do a little bit of energy, or a little bit of damage rather, with this Stunfisk as well. So this is looking good for us because now they're out of energy, and we're actually not able to get that Mud Bomb off. It would have been crucial. They're out of shields, and now we know we could farm down regardless of, even if this is a Mud Bomb, they won't be able to get to a Blizzard before we farm it down. So, well played on my opponent, but having a Whiscash in the back, it's just a little bit of a mismatch. So we're going to be able to take that win. So 2-1 in this set. We see a Meganium here. We try to catch the Frenzy Plant. That's not going to work. We see our worst nightmare in Azumarill. Go for a Sky Attack. We're going to do as much as we possibly can. And we also have to do everything we can to keep Altaria alive now, because that's really our only out for that Meganium. So we're going to use both of our shields almost instantly against this Azumarill. We value Altaria in this game very much. So they're going to protect that second Sky Attack. We are going to quickly protect this one. And this is not an auto loss anymore. So we keep that farmed energy, and then we go into Azumarill. Now we're going to get them. This is an interesting kind of bait, because now we're going to get them immediately to come out with Meganium. And we're going to be able to get this Ice Beam off. And they're going to take it, so they still keep their shield. Now, are they going to farm us down? Are we going to get the Ice Beam off? No, we're not. So they have a ton of farmed energy, and but we're actually not in the worst position. We're going to take a second Frenzy Plant, and they do have a shield, but we were able to get Altaria to knock out the Meganium, so we see the Azumarill. It had enough energy ready to go, so that is very unfortunate for us, so we can't get them to use their last shield. And even though we have this Stunfisk, they do have a shield, so it's going to be interesting depending on what they have in the back. We just Mud Bomb to save a little bit of energy, and now we see a Zweilous in the back. First or second time I've ever seen one of these, but them having a shield is definitely bad for us. And they didn't even use it right there. They didn't have to on the first Mud Bomb. They do use it on the second one. 3 Mud Bombs would be good. And we're just too low on health here. So we're going to take a Dark Pulse, and that's going to be the GG. So 2-2 in this set. trying to stay positive. But we see a Tropius lead. That is disastrous for us. We farm up a tiny bit. We take a ton of quick damage. We go into Altaria. We see Registeel. And this is not good for us. Pretty much the same scenario as last game. We have to do everything we can to keep this Altaria alive. And there's really no reason that they should block Sky Attacks. We're almost doing more damage by Dragon Breathing it down to get the Sky Attack than we actually are with the Sky Attack. So they're probably going to save their shields. If they don't, then we have a chance with Azumarill to Ice Beam and times 4 super effective against the Tropius. But it does have some energy on it, and we're going to try to get a bait right here. Doesn't work. Try to get that Flash Cannon, that weak attack against our Stunfisk, but they don't fall for it. They go right into Tropius, and now they're going to take one discharge. They might take a second discharge right here. They do. So now we're down 2 shields. Pretty bad for us. They don't farm down all the way. They Leaf Blade, so we can go back into Altaria pretty safely now, and we're actually just going to farm it down. We can take an Aerial Ace, we could take Leaf Blades, but being down 2 shields to none, we're not in that good of a spot, and we need to start putting shield pressure on them. So, instantly go for this Sky Attack. They're going to block it. And before we could switch out into that Azumarill, unfortunately, some of this farmed energy is going to get lost to that Flash Cannon. So now we're in a pretty tough spot. We farm up a little bit. They show a Munchlax in the end. They have a shield. We have a Azumarill. They have Munchlax. They take the Ice Beam. I wish they blocked that so we could start hitting them with Hydro Pumps. But this thing is interesting. Safe switch, Body Slam not doing a ton. He does farm up fairly quickly. So we go for the Ice Beam right here. We're going to try to get the shield out of him. Now, as we do, if we can get to Hydro Pump, we can win this game. One Body Slam comes through. If a second one comes through, that's going to do it for us. We're going to have to Ice Beam to try to win the game. Probably wouldn't even have done it, but they get that Body Slam first. They take us out. So we go down 2-3 in our second set. I did not play any more games after I went 5-0 in the morning. We wanted to make sure we were on that leaderboard. We got 43 points. We needed 24, and we felt very safely about getting on there, but still didn't want to get ahead of ourselves. So 2-3, we lose a couple points. We go into the next set, and they're not playing. So a tiny birthday treat for us. And whenever my opponent's not playing, it always seems like it takes very long for the charge moves to go off. So there's not much commentating to do on this one, honestly. I don't really know. I guess we'll take a little water break. Try to put a good net in this glass of water so by the end of the video I don't have to chug the entire thing. Let's see. Anything good to show you guys during the break? We will have... Oh, I'm wearing shorts, by the way, under this. Yeah, this is the YouTube outfit of the day. Suit jacket with a pair of shorts. We'll have Mochi Gengar hang out with us for the rest of the video. Looks like he's looking at the screen, right? Haunter comes in. Oh, if we had little headsets, that'd be sick. Like if he had a little official chair and we were just both commentating on it. We actually made it into the top 500. We really did. In 5 episodes. What a journey. What a quest. And it's been very hilly since. These players are dedicated. Once you get to the top 500, you notice that they're no joke. So we got a lot of work cut out for us. And here we go into the next battle. So, with Gengar with us, we see a great lead for us. We're going to farm up a little bit. Probably didn't have to do that. Probably could have immediately went into Azumarill, and I do think that that's the right play, is to not farm against the Altaria, because now we give them a little bit of time so that after they block both of these Ice Beams, should they block both of them, they might be able to switch out and protect that Altaria. We're going to take a ton of damage because they were farming up with Dragon Breath against the Stunfisk. They have the second Sky Attack ready to go. They're working on a third one already. We don't want to have to waste a shield in this matchup. They wasted both of theirs, and here it is, so got to use a shield right there. And they're already ready to switch out, and we kind of see if they're going to be able to switch out or not, if they're not be able to, but if they decide to, and they don't. So we just hit them with the Ice Beam, they take it, and we see Meganium, and that's great for us, because if they switch to Registeel, we have a Stunfisk ready to go, right? And that's the game. So 2-0, first match was, we'll take that, right? And second game, we won lead. So, third game we see Altaria. It's a nice, beautiful, golden Altaria. One of my favorites. We know how this game goes. We discharge. They take it. Right here, if they were to attack, it would be a Sky Attack. They don't, so we know they have a Dragon Pulse or something better ready to go. Looks like we try to switch right there and catch them with the Azumarill into the Dragon Pulse. We're just going to have to use a shield right there. If we went to Azumarill, that would have been good. We would have been switch locked, but we would have taken very little damage and they would have used a ton of energy. So they're going to use a shield right here. And before we can get that discharge, we're going to see another move right here, and it is another Dragon Pulse. So not the best situation for us. We farm down. And we see Azumarill, so now we're in an interesting spot. We're going to put a little bit of pressure on them. And we're going to try to switch and catch that Ice Beam. And we don't. They don't fall for it. They go right for Play Rough. They don't have Ice Beam. They have Play Rough, which is pretty bad for us. Bad position for us. So we're going to have to use a Hydro Pump here and hope that Azumarill can take care of their Azumarill. And whatever they have in the back, Altaria can take care of. They hit us with another Play Rough, and this is bad because by the time we get to Ice Beam, they're going to have another Play Rough. And we're going to go for an Ice Beam, just about. They would have a Play Rough. So we go for an Ice Beam, they block it knowing that the Play Rough is going to take care of us. Now I think if we let this go through and get knocked out, we can have Altaria come in and chip this thing down. Even though Dragon Breath is doing very little, we're going to use our last shield here on the Play Rough, and we might be able to farm this down. Oh, it's actually Play Rough Ice Beam. Alright, so we're getting nowhere with the Dragon Breaths. So Play Rough Ice Beam, regardless, super effective. We have to block it. And we use our last shield. We see a Registeel. Terrible position for us. Definitely not a winnable game at this point. And we're just going to Amscray out of there. So 2-1. We went 5-0, then 2-3. Now we're 2-1. Going to game 4. We see a Clefable lead. Gengar would eat that up. But Stunfisk does pretty good against Clef. So we're taking a ton of damage from Charm, but Clefable is kind of frail. So are they going to invest any shields into it? Yes, they invest one into it. And they go for an attack right here. So we know we can get another discharge off. We take the Meteor Mash. We would have resisted it, but it still would have done a good amount of damage, and it would have been able to farm us down. So they use their second shield right here, and they are going to farm us down quickly. But I don't hate this spot because we're up a shield. So, unfortunately, they get another attack off. We let it come through. It's a Moonblast. It does a ton of damage, and they get the debuff. So we're not in a good spot. We see a Skarm, but we know they're out of shields. So we go for Hydro Pump. Still does a good amount of damage, and now we go into Altaria. Because we have a shield, this is our only chance of winning. And now our Azumarill stat will go back to normal. So we use the shield on the Sky Attack. We farm up a little bit extra. So now if this Sky Attack takes out the Skarm, which it does, we have almost halfway to another Sky Attack. And luckily for us, it's not a Registeel or anything crazy in the back. It's a Toxicroak that is very weak to flying moves. So we are able to come out of that with a win. So 3-1. In the third set, the final set of today, and we see a Registeel, which is a great way to end the battles today. Only 3 sets today. Didn't want to do too much battling on my birthday. I felt pretty accomplished with what we got done. So Always let the first one go through, even though it does about 50-55%. So we see a switch into Mew. We have some memories fighting against Mew, right? So we do good damage with that discharge. And we're going to let this just come through. We're going to take the Grass Knot. We got shields. We know it has Grass Knot. So whatever its other charge move is, we shield this one up. Good thing we did. Wild Charge would do a ton of neutral damage, and their Switch Lock, they lose a lot of defense. We see the Registeel. They do have 2 shields, but we're not in a terrible spot. So they're going to use a shield on the Sky Attack. We do have another one ready to go. They block the second Sky Attack. Very interesting decisions on my opponent. They value this Registeel. They must have something very weak to Altaria in the back. So we're going to farm, switch, and catch the Flash Cannon on Azumarill. So keep that farmed energy on whatever they have in the back. We see it is a Toxicroak, so it was very weak. We do get an Ice Beam off, and because they don't have any shields now, and we know that Registeel doesn't have too much energy, that Altaria could probably come in and finish the game. So this thing is very close to being knocked out. We are going to take a super effective Sludge Bomb, but then Altaria is going to farm it down. And now, because they don't have much energy or much HP either, we're going to just be able to come in with this Sky Attack and clean up the game. We would have been able to take a Flash Cannon as well. So we go 4-1 on the last set. So that is a total of, even though I can't do the math quickly enough in my head, 5-0 and 6-4. So 11-4 total. 11-4 on my birthday. Pretty good, huh? Not too bad, huh? Pretty good. See a Larvitar. We always take Larvitars. Wow. We caught him. How is he? Not that good. That's alright. See you later. So, try to get a couple more points. We go up to 2504. Welcome to rank 9. Pretty good. Pretty good. And that's it, guys. So, thanks for watching this episode. Huge episode. Huge day. Huge moment. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you again for all the support you guys have given me throughout this. So much positive feedback between Instagram and views on here and comments and things. I just am very thankful for it all. And we got more work to do. So stay tuned. Top 100, top 10, top 1 series. I promise is going to be way longer than 5 episodes because it's going to take a long time to try to get in the top 100, I think. But I'm excited to do it, and I'm excited to have you guys with me for it. So, we'll see you in the next one. Top 500, baby. Let's go! Strike a pose on him. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?